Good morning to all of you. So we continue with the assembly with regards to resource file. As we know, assembly is a container of resource file. So we should know how to create a resource file and adding the resources file to the assemblies and then getting the informations from the resource file, and at the end we see make entry to resource file programmatically by using the predefined resource writer class. So what is resource file? Resource file is just like a audio file, image file, text file, etc. can be added to assemblies. And the main purpose of using resources file is that suppose the application is in a custom mode for a particular country who speaks in a different language. We create one applications. That application can be in the language of English, can be in the language of Spanish, can be in the language of Chinese. So at that moment we can use the resources file. As a result, when the menus is visible, so menus is visible in the particular language to which resource file is belongs. Resource files can be changes without changing your applications. There is no link with the applications. And if we want to store something on the resources file, then the resources files generally store the information in the key value pairs like hash tables. The key identify the resources by name, value refers to resources as in hash tables. So now we see a demo how to use the resources file or how to create the resources file. So for your convenience, I am creating one text file. The text file storing employee informations. This 9999 is the employee ID and Naz Jannat is the employee name, and similarly other employees are there. Next we have to write some codes to create resource files. So I have here one programs. So you want to create a resource file, then you open the Visual Studio command prompt and using one utility like your resource generator, and you are providing the text file in which your informations is available. Press enter key. As it gives 5 resources, read from 5 resources from employee.txt file and writing the resources file. Done. So you see in the early asm folder the employee.resources file is created. This file is used in an assembly. And in the second case we see adding the resources file to the assemblies. So for that purpose I am using here. So I think this thing is not visible in video clearly, so I just make the copy and paste in a notepad so that we can understood the code easily. So for adding a resources file, using the resources file, so we have to use two namespace, one system.resources, one system.reflections. The step of adding is very simple. Previously the employee.resources file is there. Just for demo purposes I just delete it and adding it again. Right click in the employee demo, the application names, click on add, click on existing item, come to your folder, and here you employee.resources file which we have created by using resource generated utility, resgen utility. Add it. So now this information will be added here. But one thing you have to do, you make the build actions as a embedded resources. Once you build your applications, so resources file will be added to the current assembly with other code also. So now we see how to use the resources file or getting the informations of the resources file. So you see this program. For that we have to get the reference of assembly by using assembly. We create an assembly object